What's up, YouTube? It's Prada, and you know what time it is. It's reaction time, my boy. So, chat, look. Chat, today we're going to be reacting to A$AP Rocky go sneaker shopping with Complex. Chat, we all know A$AP Rocky just beat that case, you know what I'm saying? Beat that case, you know what I'm saying? Look, innocent man, and chat. All praises to Rocky, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Congratulate him on beating that case, chat, beating that case. Chat, it sounded a little wacky anyway, but got nothing to do with me, chat. Everybody look. So look, we tapping into A$AP Rocky go sneaker shopping with Complex, chat, today. Alright? So look, before we get into the video, I need you to like, comment, subscribe, turn post notifications on at all times, you feel me? Also, go down to the description, follow me on all my socials so you can stay tuned there, stay tapped in at all times, chat. Look, we're on the road to 550 subscribers, chat. Let's push, let's punch this. Share this with everyone, chat. I got more shit coming, chat. It's just that simple. Look, chat, with that being said, let's just jump into this video, chat. Let's see what A$AP talking about. See what they got going on, chat. Okay, we in Harlem, chat. Good Harlem, chat. Apollo Theater. Think that what that mean, chat? Yeah, this Apollo Theater, chat. Okay. Don't. A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky. You know, I don't really listen to Rocky no more, chat. I ain't gonna lie to you.
What's up, everybody? It's Joe from Complex. We're in Harlem at Jimmy Jazz with style icon, multi-platinum artist, and the creative director of Puma Motorsports. He's back, A$AP Rocky.
Let's do that again. Hey, yo, this thing on? Hey, yo, Complex, what's up? I'm Joe LaPuma, this A$AP Rocky right here, and this is 10 years since we hung out and did some shopping and shit.
Come on.
Chop it up and catch up for a little bit, man, you know?
Yes, sir.
A$AP
Come on.
Harlem.
10
He's
years?
back. Let's go.
Ready, let's do it.
It's been 10 years since he been on Complex? Good God.
That's it. That's it. That's it. Rocky, almost 10 years to the day when we shot our first one.
Time flies.
Crazy, welcome back.
Thanks for having me, man.
We are at the historic Jimmy Jazz in Harlem, now part of Snipes. There's a picture of you and the crew.
Wait, chat, I just gotta, I gotta look something up. Hold on, chat, I gotta look something up. Hold on. Chat, give me just a second. I gotta look something up. Hold on. Hold on. Alright, my bad.
When you were young, up the stairs, so much history. Do you remember those days and coming in here, and what were you grabbing back then?
Yeah, I remember like looking for every size.
You've been famous for a long
fitted, 'cause I had a
time.
big ass head back
Okay.
there still. You
Size
know what I'm saying? I put
8?
big braids.
No,
But we-
size 8 fitted is OD, chat. Chat, you only wear that if you have dreads, chat. Even then, you pushing it. Size 8? Mega Mind, A$AP Rocky, A$AP Mega Mind. Good God.
used to look for like the two-tone fitted cats. On the way here, I was just talking about it. Like Pele's was in the display window.
Yes.
Your favorite sneakers, Bo Jackson's, Uptown's, Air Max 95s, like
Yes.
whatever you wanted.
You know what's crazy?
Favorite sneakers, Bo Jackson.
They was just selling these Jones. I ain't gonna lie to you. They was just selling. I mean, that was
Uptown's, Air Max
exact ones, but I'm just
95s,
saying.
like
Yes.
whatever you wanted. Like
Air Max 95. I used
Fast
to
forward
bust
to
those.
now,
Chat.
you walk in and you look at the Speed Cats, the popularity of the Speed Cats. What do you think about the parity of brands now in big box retailers like this?
I think it's just the evolution, man. Things evolve and revolve, you know, and things come back around. Some brands are new and they grow fast and rapidly, and some brands kind of have more of a slow grow.
Yeah.
But I think it's beautiful to have that much variety and options. You know, somebody like me, I'm not too particular.
We're shooting this in the dark. I feel like you are particular.
In
you
the
know?
dark.
This shit look good though.
Listen, I'm following your lead 10 years in.
Let's
But
get it. Trust and Flacco, bro.
the Speed Cat, I feel like you said, like even like recently, 2 years ago, you were the underdogs. Now we see it all over the streets. What do you think about that popularity? And like you wore it even a couple weeks ago in LA.
Absolutely. I love them. It's having its time right now. It's the moment for it, for sure.
Puma, look, I ain't rocked Pumas in a long time, chat. I like that classical.
I
That
like
jazz.
distressed sneakers. Some people are like, oh, everything has to be pristine. But talk about the inspiration for these from Rutherford, Pennsylvania,
them
when you were
is.
8 or 9. And
Wow. It's hilarious. So it's the juxtaposition of living in a place like, you know, New York City, a metropolitan area, and then going into a suburb like Hershey, Pennsylvania, right? I think the kids and the culture over there was slightly different, the way that they lived, the lifestyle. And when they would get shoes or sneakers, whatever it is,
Them Puma's kind of fire, shit. I'm
be
not gonna lie to you.
embarrassed that it was like clean and fresh. They would want it to look like used and distressed. And I never could understand that, that concept, you know what I'm saying? Because for me, where I was from, you know, some nights you would go home and kind of toothbrush and brush off the scuffs or scrapes on your sneaker or dirt on your sneaker, and I think shoe polish and shit like that.
Kiwi shoe
White
polish.
Nigga, look, I used to have forces, but I couldn't get them all the time, chat, when I was younger, chat, so I had to make what would work. So, chat, I had these motherfucker all white forces, chat, and shit, them bitches get bust up and go get that shoe polish, chat. I ain't gonna lie to you, them bitches be brown as hell on the, underneath, but when I put that shoe out, whiter than white. Never lied, chat.
Absolutely.
On the white.
Yep.
See? On the white Air Force One.
Like,
See, he not allowed to say that shit.
Out, but like, you know.
Clean, exactly. We got to talk about this new shoe.
Yeah.
The Mostro Discord.
Yeah, this is the Discord, man. All pun intended. It's kind of crazy. You got a little disc right here. I don't know if y'all could get the light on that. Like, you know, it has a disc and a cord, and it spins. You don't even need laces to, you know, do the thing and mesh. And it just kind of takes and borrows. We adopted the Mostro sole with some carbon fiber right here, and, you know, and also with the Mostro, you know, paying homage to the Mostro sole with the OG bottom.
Yeah.
I think it was dope and a dope twist and spin.
Absolutely. And we talked about the Speed Cat like 2 decades ago, how it was so popular, but this is like another one that's archival. The Mostro was a surfing shoe and a track spike fusion, and then you even added another element to it. Yeah.
Wow. That was dope. You did your research.
Well, look, you know, I have to.
Joe.
Come on, I have to. Did you ever see this photo from 2001? Madonna in them?
Nah, bro, this is crazy.
So she wore them for like a whole tour in 2001, and it just shows like she was forward, obviously. She's kind of like a fashion icon, but to see these popping again and so much history, what do you think about like seeing that?
Madonna been that bitch.
Right? And we have like some March.
ASAP say what the fuck he want, Chad. That's facts. He say what the fuck he want, and he don't care.
Until September. There's like even some previews of samples, but before you came, I was like asking Puma, when are these dropping? These three, they wouldn't give me a release date, but talk about these crazy 3D versions.
Yeah, so this is a 3D version of the Mostro that we just showed. It's a 3D printed Mostro, and I thought it was fun. I think that what attracted me to this reminds me of like artificial intelligence because it was 3D printed, obviously, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, I thought that this was like...
He got a bigger picture on this shit, though. Me just looking at this shit, I'd be like, I don't know, but he got a bigger picture on this shit, Chad. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Being trendy in what felt like retro-futuristic way, if you may have you, because it's still a Mostro.
Absolutely. Do you think it's tougher to pull off? How like, do you like a challenge, or this isn't a challenge for you?
Nah, man, because like I said, my taste, it changes. Like, there would be no Balenciaga Dad shoe if it wasn't for the sake of people liking bulky shoes. There would be no Alexander McQueen, you know, shoe. Those are prime examples of how one day on a Monday you might want to wear a bulky shoe, on a Tuesday more sleek and slender, you know?
Absolutely. Right. I love that you bring up the Balenciagas because you used to call them the Larry Davids. I think you were like, I like the Triple S. I call them the
Larry Davids.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to get up. We have some more samples.
Your daily hack
to not listen to this fucking ad. Simple as that, right? Just that simple, Chad. We don't listen to that shit.
Obviously, we're ready.
We don't listen to that motherfucker either. Chad. What's your favorite shoe, Chad? Like, what's a shoe that nobody gonna really wear, Chad? I want to know some fashion tips in the comments, honestly.
Oh my God, y'all seeing this?
What y'all think about these shoes, Chad?
Talk about what you love about these and like the different design cues that you put into
Puma
these.
going crazy though. He putting some crazy stuff.
I love this. This is currently my favorite shoe. This is a sneak peek. This is what we call the Gabbia. This is the cage. It's Italian for cage, like Mostro is Italian for monster. You know what I'm saying? So this is the Gabbia right here. And basically we have, you know, a modular cage that could come off and you could kind of rock this and it looked like a whole nother shoe. Then it got the little right there, just like the Discord. But the sole is a bit different. It feels like more spiky and it feels more fun. Not more fun, but it feels a little bit, fuck it feels more fun.
He said what he want. That nigga's funny as hell.
Fuck it feel more fun. I said it. This, like, again, is another Mostro. You know, right now is 101 years of the Harlem Renaissance. And so if you know anything about Harlem and Renaissance, you would know that the Cotton Club is infamous for Harlem and everything too. The most popular genre of music at the time was called so-called jungle music, AKA jazz, you know what I mean? And so this was homage to what people consider jungle music, and everything is a safari kind of related theme to it if you pay close attention.
Yeah.
And the cage, it's like a caged animal in the zoo, so there you have it.
Okay. Okay, everything ties together.
Yeah, I just threw that in there.
Okay. Put it in the brief, you know? And then some more inhales, obviously,
Some
coming
more
down the
inhales.
pike.
We got these right here.
Yep.
These are sick, man. I mean, like I said, it has the cheetah on the back, you know, furry is textured and stuff like that. And
Them kind of decent chat. I don't know, Puma just not. I don't know. I really just don't. I ain't wore Pumas in long.
When we were first on the show, it was very new into like the show. We weren't even sure if we were going to do it consistently. Now we're over 300 episodes, and one thing that I love is that we have artists on the show.
Damn.
And whenever a Jeremy Scott Adidas comes up, a Sexy Red or Yachty, they're like, yeah, because Purple Swag is where I saw Rocky wear that.
Rocky took Jeremy to a different
Rocky
level.
and Jeremy Scott. It comes up all the time. What do you think about like that influence of young artists?
that shit is love.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's beautiful, man. You know, those are all my peers. Those are all my people. So it's beautiful, man. You know, I love that.
And it's funny because we were talking about it like your first Complex cover. You met Jeremy Scott.
Was nuts.
Crazy. It was, yeah, it was the Basquiat Warhol cover. I
Chad,
always tell the story.
I'm trying to get like, he been famous for a long time now that I'm thinking about it. But Chad, I'm trying to turn my fashion up, Chad. I need y'all tips in the comments. I'm not gonna lie to you. I need fashion tips in the comments, Chad.
When they bring it up, I was like, you know that they met on the set of his first Complex cover. You've had a bunch, but just like talk about that time. It's when I met you and when you met Matthew.
That was crazy. That was, look, you taking me down memory lane right now, man. It was a beautiful time, especially for music, culture, New York City, ASAP. It was beautiful, and I was a real big fanatic of Jeremy Scott's designs, and he had a job with Adidas at the time, and I loved everything he did. I wanted to, you know, meet the dude, and one time I just got a call to kind of do a reenactment of the Basquiat Warhol cover. Came through. Jeremy was chill as fuck.
Yep.
I might have smoked a joint in his green room and shit.
Yeah.
And then I met you. You was young as hell. Now I'm fucking with you.
Yeah. Well, I was still old. I was still, yeah, exactly. But yeah.
Nah, like it was fun. We all
See, that's cool. Like you can come around. And I barely see him laugh like that. Like that other dude, that Joe dude. I barely see him laugh, Chad.
Green back
Yes.
then,
You know what I'm
we was
saying?
all, you know, we was
Like
on
really
YouTube,
laugh, like
but
genuinely about
fresh
some
and
shit.
just full of just like, you know, what's to come. Not
A$AP
knowing,
Rocky just humble, I
oblivious,
feel
and
like, Chad.
I love that vulnerability.
I feel like
but,
you humble, Chad.
It was historical.
You can tell when you get a vibe from
Absolutely.
somebody.
My first
Chad.
magazine cover.
Love that. That's like an honor for us as well.
Absolutely.
You know, I used to have a manager mentor at Finish Line when I used to work there, and every like cool release or every shoe that he was into, he would buy like a size 11 and a size 9. I'm like, why are you buying two sizes? He was like, I gotta save for my son when they grow up, the 9, because you feel like everyone's gonna be a 9 at one point. Are you saving shoes for RZA and Riot?
I am, but I'm selfish. I'm just gonna give them what was in my size. So
Okay.
like, hopefully they fit that size. If they can fit it, they can have it. You know what I mean?
And what's it like to have like your designs on them?
Yo, it's beautiful, man. Shout outs to Puma for making that for my youngest, man. It was crazy. It's dope. You know, everybody
That's
want to
fine,
like
Chad.
see the stuff that they like for children. If they got children, if you're a parent, it's almost like, damn, you know, I got all these brands, and I would love, you know, my kids to dress the same way. So it's
I
dope,
never
man.
thought they would be
People
together,
make something
Chad,
for the
until they got
youngest,
together,
You know,
you
it's
feel me?
cute.
Absolutely, absolutely. Obviously, your household is responsible for a lot of Puma success. Are you and your lady comparing notes when you're designing?
Nah, we in competition.
Okay, that was the other thing I was wondering.
Nah, I'm fucking with you.
Yeah, I know.
That's my ace. Like every now and then, we
That's fine.
totally don't even talk about what we're doing.
Okay.
Well, Puma is just separate. Like when we in the house, we barely try to talk about work. But every now and then, I might see some shit she doing, and if it's fire, I call up Puma and I'm tight about it. Like, what's up? How come we ain't do this for hours? What we do? Nah, it's dope shit, you know.
And it's been very successful. Obviously, her back in the day and her being back now, and you guys just pumping out. So.
Yeah, like you said, Puma's having a good one, especially with the Speed Cat.
Yeah.
It's a lovely time, you know.
Absolutely. Well, we talked about everything. Now's the easy part. Browse the shelves, see what you're going to take home.
Yeah, man, we'll see.
So is he
Thank you
allowed
so
to
much.
buy other shit?
Absolutely.
Appreciate
He got to
it,
buy
man.
Pumas.
10 fucking years, we did it, man.
For real. For real.
It was on the feed, okay. ASAP Rocky Lil Pumas. Them kind of fire. Them kind of tough. Right with the right fit. Them kind of decent though. I would probably rock those.
Yo, Brandon, what's up, bro? Nice to meet you.
Likewise, bro.
Pleasure.
Always. It's a good
What's up,
show.
brother? How you doing, man? Thanks for helping us out.
Always.
I ain't gonna lie, he just got put on. He just was in a video because he worked at Jimmy Jazz chat. This is crazy. Let me work at Jimmy Jazz.
Always.
Yo, so look, I got my eye on about like 3 of these joints. I want to start with like
Talk to me.
every size and color.
He sound like Pop Smoke. He talked to me.
Look, I got my eye on about like 3 of these joints. I want to start with like
Talk to me.
every size and color that you got in these speed cats. Please
Less,
hook a
say
brother
less.
up, right? We're gonna get right in all of these. You know what I'm saying, Joe? What color you fucking with?
I feel like I like red.
Right,
I go
right.
red. You know, I go red, and I feel like these are popping. This red colorway
red,
especially.
It just popped something about that, right?
Absolutely. Nice assortment.
Yeah, man, we gotta donate. We wanna donate these, we wanna donate these to the PAL,
I like that.
in Harlem. Yeah, I'm on the side of that Manhattan
Fire.
Ave, so.
Love that.
Hold on.
That's fire. Chat, that's fire.
How much I owe you?
Don't nobody, chat, I work at Hibbett Sports. Nobody come there. Nobody. No one. Nobody coming to
The
Hibbett.
total.
You got 63 pairs, and the total will be 4,866 cents.
Damn.
Pairs, and the total will be.
She barely speak English, chat. You can tell.
How much
She
I owe
trying
you?
her
What's the
hardest.
total?
You got 63 pairs, and the total will be 4,866 cents.
Damn.
I pick this one. Okay, whenever you're ready.
Thank
Turn
you.
your car.
Big rich ass motherfuckers, man.
You?
Appreciate it.
Send the rest to the PAL, please. We gonna donate the rest there. Thank you.
Good, thank you.
Have
Thank
a
He
you.
good
got
one.
one
Jimmy
pair.
Jazz.
All right,
The
take care.
rest
Y'all be
gone.
good. All right, Complex. See y'all next time. Like I said, in 10 years. Peace. Harlem. ASAP. We
In
out.
10 years? So he gonna come back in 10 years again. Bro, he sold their ass out, all them pairs. Damn. Yeah, he sold their ass completely out. He took all they shit. I need all these. Damn. He wiped their ass. Clean it, they Puma.
So we talked about everything that just happened. So
Well, make sure you get all the
I'm about
plugs.
to plug it. Hold
Okay.
on, I got this. Look, I'm coming for your job.
Come on.
Look, ASAP Rocky here, and I'm here with Joe LaPuma, and we just caught up after 10 years, man. Shout outs to me being the creative director at all the things that I creative direct at, and doing my thing with Puma. You know, them trusting me with my designs and crazy minds and all that. Shout outs to you for catching up with me again
course.
after 10 years.
You heard him. 10 years back for the first time. So great to see you. So great to catch up with
My
you.
man.
Make
Yes,
sure you
sir.
check out the new shoes 3 days away. Select Puma retailers and Puma.com. Make sure you go get them. Thanks again.
Fire. It's fire, chat. That's fire, chat. That's fire. I just don't know about Pumas. Some of them Pumas that he had, them black ones he had on, them was kind of nice, chat. I want to see those. I need those. I might need those. Chat, those was fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not really a Puma kind of guy, you feel me? But, hey, sometimes you got to branch off, do things you don't like. You see what I'm saying? To find your fashionable shit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. You feel me? It's just that simple. Look, chat, look. If you fuck with the video, I need you to like, comment, subscribe, turn post notifications on at all times. You feel me? Also, go down to the description. Follow me on all my socials so you can stay tuned in, stay tagged in at all times, chat. Look, we had almost to 500. We're on the road to 550 subscribers, chat. We at 523 right now, chat. Let's run it up. We don't, sleep, chat. And look, chat, with that being said, chat, we out of here, Twin Skate.